And let's roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, let's roll out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Food, Fitness, and Fun. This is actually episode 50, the big 50. We on our way. We making a mark. We being consistent. And that being said, I am JD, aka He Who Pods, and I'm here with my main man, DRE.
Booyaka. Sensei Dre.
Booyaka, booyaka!
Let's do this.
What up, man? All right, so
Good.
let's get right to it. This is a sponsored by, of course. You know that's how we do around here. We start with the grub. All right, so this is chickpea chicken nuggets, homemade by me and my daughter.
Nice.
With some sweet potato fries that were slightly overcooked. You know what I'm saying?
It happens.
She was like, Dad, these are crispy, but are they too crispy? I was like, well,
yes.
You know, I'm from the hood, baby. If it ain't all the way burned, it's still good. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Just,
we don't throw away no
food. A little dark on one
here.
side, you know, just like us. You know what I'm saying? What's that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
If it ain't brown, I ain't down. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I like my stuff a little bit burnt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just a little.
Yeah, you know, as long as it's a little crunch ain't bad.
Yeah, a little charred.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As long as it's not completely like, all right, son, this whole shit is black. I can't see no orange on these sweet potato fries.
That's a little different.
What did you do?
Right.
So yeah. So that was what we had. It was cool. It's something we made, I don't know, maybe a year and change ago. We made it a while back, but we haven't had it in a while. And so I've had these chickpeas sitting in the fridge. I mean, in the cabinet with all the ingredients and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's get to cooking. Let's do something a little different. She was like, oh yeah, I remember those. Those were cool. So we made them, and she enjoyed them. You know, I think with a lot of things, like with the quote unquote alternative stuff, I think it's really just about seasoning and having an open mind. A lot of people hear like, ooh, chickpea chicken nuggets. Why would you even want to eat that? It's like, oh, well, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Which is always like, have you tasted? No.
Right.
Okay, so give it a shot first. You know,
you know what I like to do? I learned this from Ness. I remember Nestor was a vegetarian for a little while, eons ago. And he had like a gathering. They used to do like potluck style Thanksgiving, him and one of his, groups of friends. My man took veggie lasagna with the meat crumble and didn't tell anybody. Right. Just was sitting there like, man, ain't this lasagna good? Everybody was like, man, this lasagna is great. Oh man, this lasagna is so good. Your mother did great. And he waited till like everybody was done and asking for seconds and was like, that's not meat, right? That's some alternative Trader Joe crumble shit. And everybody's like, what? You're lying. It tastes so good though. And so when I became a vegetarian years later, I was like, I might have to be like my man Nestor and start sneaky on people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, and so sometimes that's what I'll do. Like one time we made veggie nuggets, and when my dad came over to hang out, they were just coming out the oven. I ain't say nothing. She was like, "Oh, Papa, we made." And I covered her mouth. I was like, "Don't say anything. Just wait and give him one."
Right.
And it's like, why is she so excited? I'm like, she don't cook a lot with her mom, so she's just excited.
Yeah.
My dad ate it and was like, "All right, I know this ain't meat, but this don't taste too bad." It's like I can tell by the texture.
Exactly.
This ain't meat.
Sounds
but
off.
This doesn't taste bad at all.
Right.
As I see, there you go.
Yeah.
So so let's move into our fitness topic.
All right.
A while back, we both said we were switching things up, and that's what we've both been doing. So to recap, Dre said he was going to focus on cardio, and he's been doing lots of biking. And I started doing more cardio as well. I have been jogging. It made me think of Anchorman. Remember Anchorman? He's like, I'm not going to make the meeting because me and Veronica, we're doing this new thing. It's called jogging. Or maybe yogging. I don't know if it's got a soft J but apparently you just run for extended periods of time. It's
Yeah,
crazy, but we're gonna try
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, so anyway,
yeah,
I actually was just telling somebody that Anchorman shit, so it's fresh on the brain. But yeah, so I've been jogging, I've been running. If you follow, my Cherry and More Butters page, you've seen some of the runs that I've posted. I've recorded and stuff. So we just want to recap and fill y'all in and talk about our experiences. So you could start, Dre, because I got a
yeah.
little crazy story for the folks.
No doubt. So you know why in that Anchorman what makes it so funny because that's supposed to be around the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the beginning of when people really started jogging, and it was controversial at first. People used to be like,
Oh.
don't do that, you're going to get a heart attack, it's the worst thing in the world. And it was this one doctor who was like, no, actually it's good for you, but he was by himself. Other doctors were like, he's crazy, he don't know what he's talking about, so that was like the new thing, is to just like run. So that's what makes it funny, because it's like, well, now here we are like decades later, and it's like,
And
yeah, nobody
everybody
dropped,
fucking runs.
yeah, nobody dropped dead from doing it,
Right.
and yeah, I just think it's interesting because you know when you introduce cardio at first, it sounds kind of crazy, right? It's like, what, you're gonna be doing what for how long, man?
Right.
That's too much,
Oh,
only
always too
do
much.
10 minutes, only do whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I switched, and like you said, I do mostly biking. I do some walking too, but mainly biking. I really enjoy biking. Um, and so for me, here's a couple of things. One, I realized that biking, probably with any cardio, because I do most of mine commuting, going from place to place, usually to work or whatever, and it's a lot of preparation. You know, um, it's just like, okay, I'm going to bike. I'm going to need to pack water. I'm going to
Right.
pack, a change of clothes, because wherever I'm going, it's going to be sweaty.
Right.
I've learned to like have like maybe my air pump on me. I've learned to have cash, it'd be like
Right.
something happens, I'm like, man, I don't have cash, and everybody
Right.
don't have Apple Pay or whatever, especially
That's true.
if you biking in the hood, they're like, what?
Right.
435, bro. Like, I don't know what to
Right.
tell you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so I've learned to like all these like little things that I wasn't really thinking about. Because even though I was biking before, I feel like I was only biking to work most of the time. Where now I'm biking almost everywhere. So all these other little things I got to think about, you know. Um, and to be honest, it's like with a big trip, let's say 10 miles or more. When I get to my destination, man, I'd be like tired. I'm like, yo,
Right.
like whatever I'm supposed to do, I have to think like, okay, is it cool for me once I get there to like get like a futon or something? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna need to crash, just let me get like 10 minutes in or something, bro, because I'm tired.
Right. Just to get my bearings.
Yeah. And it's like when I bike to school, I really can't do that, because as soon as I get there, like, the kids are just in my face. And so I
Right.
got to like teach. But even with the teaching and being a martial arts instructor, it's like, yo, I can only give them so much energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we're going to do this and this and this. I'm going to show you 1 or 2 times, and then y'all going to be doing it by yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be doing it with you, because since they ain't got the energy for it.
I mean, after a
And
10-mile bike ride.
Yeah. It's like, man, my legs, you know what I'm saying? I'm not as young as I used to be. So sometimes I feel it on my knees, and I realize, okay, I can't do this every day. So I'll have to do like a day on, a day off, a day on, a day off, give my body a chance to recover. And I'm starting to see like these like veins pop up, in the legs now. I'm like, dang, what's going on with that?
Strong now.
Right. Because I think unlike before, I'm not stopping the strength training, right? So I still do the strength training, but now I'm realizing because I'm focused on the cardio, I can't wild out in the gym. So I really got to say to myself, son, you're not going to do 20 sets. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know,
Pace yourself.
right. I call up Arnold and I say, like, forget you. I'm not doing that. You know, I used to think about what Arnold's doing right now,
You know
but
what
I
I'm
can't do
saying?
that anymore.
You know what I'm
I can't
saying?
think about what Arnold's doing.
You know what
I
I'm
gotta be
saying?
like, yo, 10 sets is enough. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? 10 sets of whatever. So I'll mix and match, do a major. I usually do like a major, like a big muscle, and then follow up with a minor muscle. So if I'm doing chest, I'll do a few sets of chest, and then I'll do triceps. You know what I'm saying? Smaller muscles. So I don't
Right.
have to be too tired because I got to get back on that bike and get home from that gym, you
That's
know?
right.
And if we're talking about, you know, an 8 mile or 9 miles away, sometimes it's still like I can't put all my energy into it or I'm just going to
Right.
be
Yeah, you
like
can't leave the
dead.
gym on zero.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, yeah, I mean, that's been some of the things that like I've discovered is that, you know, energy management is incredibly important when you're doing this cardio stuff, you know. Yeah. Just learned the other day, like, okay, Dre, you're gonna have to pack like maybe a little snack or something, right? Like some kind of carby type thing, you know, a little
Absolutely.
granola bar or something,
Yep.
because when I be on that road and if something happens or I'm just don't have that energy, I need that quick energy. You
Yep.
know, it's not like I'm gonna go have a meal. It's like, no, you need some quick energy, quick sugar
Yep.
into the bloodstream to be like, all right, come on, let's get this last 5 or 6 miles going. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, and then I think that honestly, I think the last thing would be what I want to do now, probably in the next few weeks to the next few months, is I want to get a lighter bike. So I
Mm-hmm.
started out with the same bike I have now, which is it's a commuter type bike, but it's very heavy. It's all steel, like
Mm.
um heavy type bike, you know, with
Yeah.
wide tires. And you know, the wide tires are good because lets me go on all terrain or whatever, but
Right.
it's like crazy in terms of trying to get some speed. And I'm at the
Okay.
point now that I like to get a lot more speed. So I can average anywhere between like 10 to 12 miles an hour, but I want to go hot faster than that, maybe somewhere
Right.
between 15 and 20 miles an hour. And I could do that if I had a lighter bike. So
Yeah.
my next thing is, and we'll probably be talking about it once I get one, is let me get a lighter bike, some smaller tires, see how
Right.
fast I can get places and have that kind of experience, you
Nice.
know?
You gonna
Yeah.
get some super light carbon fiber shit?
Nah, you know, so what I've been doing a lot of research and there's different materials like carbon fiber, but the thing about carbon fiber is the source. So all carbon fiber is not built the same. So if you get some cheap carbon fiber, some like Chinese carbon fiber, you can end up with that fork can break on you. And I've
Oh
seen all these
shit.
like horror stories that people's fork
Oof.
broke because it was a cheap carbon fiber. So what I'm
Damn.
realizing is
Gotta
I
get that
want to get
vibranium.
I want to get the vibranium bike. Where's the vibranium
You know
bike,
what I'm
son?
saying? Gotta go to
Y'all
Wakanda and get you the
lied to
vibranium
me.
joint. You know what I'm
Right. I go to
saying?
all the way to Wakanda,
You know what I'm
get the
saying?
vibranium bike. You know, that this way I ain't gotta worry about nothing.
That's
No, but
it.
I want to get I still want to get another steel. What I'm hoping is to get another steel one, but they have
Okay.
lighter steel now. You know what I'm saying? They make
Mm.
steel in very different ways. So you can get still because I need that strength of steel, but I just want it to be lighter. And
Okay.
so aluminum is cool. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
might do an aluminum, but if I can get the type of steel that I'm thinking of, just like light, sort of what they call Reynolds steel,
Okay.
that's made in a certain way. I'm looking actually do that because I still want something to have that strength in case, you know, when
Yeah,
I
the
hit those
durability.
potholes and all those cracks and stuff, I don't want it to break
Absolutely.
on me, you know?
Right.
So a strong steel frame, which lasts for a long time would be great, but just lighter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my cousin him and my dad ride bike a lot, and especially at one point, like some lawyer he was working at was like, "Oh, I'm like throwing out this bike." He had like a racing bike,
Mm-hmm.
and my cousin was like, "Word, I'll take it. Are you throwing it
Mhm.
out?" He's like, "Yeah, it just needs this one thing fixed. I'll show you. It's like not even that expensive to fix. It keeps happening, so I don't want to keep fixing the one part or whatever."
Yeah.
And it was like this shit. My dad used to say, "Yo, that bike is pencil thin." He was like, "You could dead ass lift it up with like a finger." He was like, "It was great. He
Yeah.
would fly." He was like, "Yo, as soon as we start, like, I got to put my shit on a higher gear to keep up with him now because he just be out." He said, "But
Yeah.
but there is one problem with that light ass bike." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Anything that gets in the way of that bike, you're going to be on your ass." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I didn't know. I hadn't really, I'm not an experienced bike rider. So I'm like, "What
Right.
you mean?" He's like, "Yo, any like crack or crevice and your cousin be flying off that fucking bike because everything throws it off balance and makes it like divert from the path you're on because the shit is so light. There's like no durability at all."
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
"Damn."
And so, yeah, so bike technology has gotten better like everything else. And so he's right, And so when people made those like aluminum frames or those carbon frames, carbon is pretty
Mhm.
good if you get good carbon. But the thing is like if you don't know where it came from, then that's your ass.
Right. That's
Aluminum
your
is good
ass, Mr.
too. You know
Postman.
what I mean? Aluminum is good too. But
All
from
right.
my research, I feel like the people who ride road bikes in terms of not just for speed, but commuting A to B and run into
Right.
shit like you're talking about, most of those cats are like steel is where it's at. Like you
Gotcha.
want to get a nice light steel, but get steel because it's going to give you that rigidness and you can kind of depend on it. And then it also depends on how thin those tires are. And they've also like made those like better now too. A lot of them have like puncture resistant tires.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking into all that stuff, man, and I'm like, I'm narrowing it down to a few. So when I see the one that I'm like, that's it, I'm gonna just pull the
Right.
trigger and get myself a light bike and see where that take me. And then
Then you're
from
gonna get
there,
out of here.
yeah, my next thing is be like, yo, I want to do this 20 mile, 30 miles. You know what I mean? I want to see how far I could take it. So
Nice.
yeah, I'll keep y'all posted on that.
Sweet. I look forward to it. My dad is
Yeah.
gonna be excited because he loved them long bike rides.
Yeah.
And I lived in Long Island. He would just call me, "Hey, what's going on? You doing anything?" I'm like, "Man, it's 10 in the morning. Why are you so excited on a Saturday?" And he's like, I'm actually like 2 miles out from you. You home? Can I swing by?" I'm like, "Why are you by me at 10 in the
Yeah.
morning?" He's like, "Oh yeah, me and your cousin, we got on the bikes at like 7:30 in the morning and we just been riding since." And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"Son,
Oh yeah.
definitely scared of you right now."
Right. Right. Yeah, I want to
And he
do
would
some,
come
man.
with his little rag and his little
Uh-huh.
outfit and his little drawstring backpack and all the shit in there,
Yeah.
just like you said. You know what I'm saying? His little snacks and all that, and he'd be like, "Man, I forgot on the highway. Whew, the highway over here is serious. They don't even care about my hand signals. They almost killed me."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no
wow,
doubt.
all right. Yeah, he
No
used to do
doubt.
that all the time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
he'll be
It's
excited to hear that
yeah,
you're about
and
to do
it's a
that type of
whole
shit.
like biking community, but you got
Oh
to
yeah,
definitely get
yeah.
your weight up, So like I've gone on like group rides now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like, oh, whatever. But I'm talking about the real biking community that's just like, yo, we about to bike 50 miles.
Yep.
Who's down? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I'm trying to get on that level. So
Nice.
definitely can't do that with my current situation. But when I get something lighter and I get to, get the feel of it, it usually
Right.
probably take me about a couple of weeks, but I feel like I can do it. Then I'm gonna start joining some of the biking communities and just be like,
Nice.
yeah, I'm on that next ride.
Get your little bike group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And just be out.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I've seen you've been posting some of your cardio stats too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, I'll post them, especially the days when I mix it, when I mix my strength training and my cardio, I just start out my day Um, that's the fly thing about these trackers, right? To start out my day, like, boom, this is what I took to get to the gym. Get
Right.
to the gym, do a maybe a 90-minute session, then gym back, and have that whole thing encapsulated. Just be like, bow, that's what I
Yeah,
did
that's one of the
today.
things I really like about the Apple Watch. Some of the other trackers do not do that. They collect each workout, but I like that you could do 3, 4, 5 workouts in the Apple Watch, and it'll just show you, okay, here's everything you did in
Yeah,
that 2-3 hour time frame,
yeah,
and here's the
yeah,
breakdown. And a lot of the
right.
other trackers don't do that. At one point I considered getting an Apple Watch because I was like, man, when Trey does his shit, it'd be breaking it down. Like, that shit is super fly.
Yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah.
although I'm very anti-Apple, I do give props where it's due. I love that
No
shit.
doubt,
I really
no
like
doubt.
that they have that feature. I think that's cool.
Yeah, they good for something.
You know what I'm saying? Besides selling y'all niggas colors,
Yeah,
they love that
and
shit.
you know,
They be like, and
look,
now, ladies and gentlemen, special announcement on Thursday. Special announcement. Be ready. And then you show up and it's like, and now we're
purple.
gonna sell you the phone in purple. Yay, purple!
Like, y'all
I
corny.
spent $2,000 for purple to put a
Yeah,
case on it anyway, right?
yeah. I'm not an Apple fan like that. My thing is, like you just did, I give props where props is due. It's like,
Right,
that's it? That's all y'all got? See, maybe next year then.
right,
Maybe now. Like, I haven't upgraded a phone and I don't know how long. Like, for what?
right,
I don't see nothing different here. I'm good.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you come up with something, people are like, you're gonna get the new one? For what reason? What's
Right.
different? What is my
Yeah.
how's it gonna change my life? Like, nah.
Right.
Nah. And even with the Apple Watch, like, I don't get the latest one. I get the lowest version.
Right.
But don't you want to know your oxygen level in your blood? No.
Right.
Why do I need that for? When have I
Right.
ever said I need to get my oxygen level in the damn blood?
Right.
Like, are you tracking? Like, but which one you got? I got the SE, which is like the lowest one you could get. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, what is it? It tracks. That's what I just need you. That's all. I don't need to do
That's
other
it.
things. Do you
That's
track
it.
what I'm
Super
doing?
regular.
Right. Are you tracking what I'm doing? Then we go. I don't need you to.
Right.
Okay. Can you call 911? I mean, all that stuff is good. There's nothing wrong with that. And my watch can do a lot of that stuff. But yeah, this one has the oxygen. It lets you know your oxygen in your blood type.
Right.
That's not something we was asking for, Apple. You just
Nah.
no. When you get the glucose meter, let me know. But right
Right.
now, nah, it's kind of corny.
I feel
Okay,
you.
son. Yeah.
No, it's all good. I mean, I dig it. So I have been doing lots of running. I've been running 3, 4, 5 times a week. Sometimes. I found a program that does like marathon training.
Nice.
So I'm following this training routine that I found online. It's like marathon training for beginners, and it's a 16-week program. But I was already doing running, so I didn't start on week 1. So what a noise! Cell phone, how dare you? Supposed to be on silent. Sorry about that. So I didn't start on week 1 because week 1 was less running than I was already doing. Less. So I found pretty much like, what am I running currently? How many miles or how many minutes do I run currently, and where does that fall in line? So I found that I was on like week 4 basically. So I just started on week 4, and it starts off with 3 days of running a week, 4 days of running a week, and it'll be like, it has rest days in between, and each week you do a long run or 2. So it starts off with like, okay, do this for an hour. Then the next week could be like, all right, 75 minutes. Sometimes it'll say walk run combo. So it's like, here's this time frame, and do whatever you can do for that 2 hours or 1 hour or 90 minutes or whatever. They call it a ramble. So to say like 1 hour ramble, which means like walk run combo, whatever you can do, you do. And it even says like, life happens, people get sick, shit happens. Don't be mad if you miss a training session or 2. As long as you don't miss like 2 to 4 weeks, you'll be good.
Okay.
which I totally disagree with, but that's another conversation. I just don't know, like, if you doing the long runs, right, and you miss 2 weeks, how the hell you gonna do that next long run 3 weeks later? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it went from 5 miles, 7 miles, 10 miles, just example, and you missed 5 and 7, son, you're not going from running 4 miles to 10 miles. Like, when you come back 2 3 weeks later and it's like, okay, this week you're gonna run 10 miles, you're gonna die. Like, I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating, but you're
But yeah,
gonna
you
be
guys
tired
got
as fuck. It's gonna be super challenging.
yeah, you gotta catch
Um,
up.
anyway, yeah, I would just go back to the week I was at, but whatever. So I've been doing it. I'm wrapping up week 8, so I've basically been doing this a month. Um, or a month and a week, something like that. And so that's what I've been doing. It's now at running 5 days a week. So it's increased, and so has the amount of each run. So it starts out with like 10 minutes each run, and then the longer one. Now it's at 35 minutes for each run. And then now it's 2 long runs a week. So, for example, this week it was like 35 minutes, 1 hour, 35, 30, and then either a 2 hour walk run combo or 13 miles. So that was this week's schedule. So I'm at the end of that. I sometimes switch the long runs because it kind of has you build up. So the
Yeah.
long run is the last day of the week. It's a Monday to Sunday. So it's like every Sunday is your long run. But I switch up my long run based on life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Of course.
if I have my daughter or if I have shit to do, then I'll
Yeah.
switch it around. So yeah, so I actually did the 2 hour thing today, which we'll get to in a minute. A lot of what you said I can connect with. So I something you don't agree with, and you've told me before. I usually don't drink water when I run. I'm like, 30, 40 minutes. I've been drinking water throughout the day, whatever. And that's been becoming more challenging because the runs are getting longer, right? So, yeah. And then I'm seeing also, again, I've said a lot here, I'm not the calorie counting guy, but my tracker is telling me like how much I'm burning. And some of these runs I'm burning 1,000 calories and up. And so
Easy.
as soon as I'm done running, my body's like, hey, what's up? You want to give me a little something? You got a snack back there? You got a
Right.
little Debbie's or something? Nigga,
Yeah.
anything?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, this is some different stuff. Because a couple times I've been done with my eating for the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I did all my eating. I did what I got to do before I go to work tonight. Let me just hit this 1 hour jog or whatever. And then when I get off the treadmill, I'm on the train going to work, and my stomach is like, roar. You know what I'm
Yeah, of
saying? I'm like,
course.
yo,
Of
who's
course.
roaring like
Yeah.
that? You mean
Yeah.
Simba and Nala on the train right now? It's like, no, nigga, that's you. That's you. And so I'm like, okay, let me try to find some kind of snack or something.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is I've been keeping, because sometimes I run before work. What I've been doing is I keep like this trail mix at work.
Thanks. There you
You've
go.
seen it before,
Yeah.
but yeah, the trail
Yeah.
mix I eat, I just put one at the job. I was like, instead of ordering Uber Eats and getting fucking pizza and Taco Bell, because that's like the only shit open at midnight when I'm working.
Right.
I'm like, let me have this trail mix, or at least there's like fruit stands in the area. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, let me cop an apple or something
Right.
on the way to the job. So that's what I've been trying to do. One of the other things I've learned is like, I need to really think about what I'm putting in my body. Like as far as food, because I had like pizza one day very recently. It was actually this week and last week it happened, because I eat pizza like once a week,
Okay.
which is terrible. But I just keeping it real. So
Right.
both times I had pizza and later in the day ran, and I felt so shitty. Like,
Of
not that the
course.
run was challenging, but like I was burping all of this tomato sauce, and I felt
Grease.
super gassy. Oh, it
Yeah.
was terrible. And I was like, I might need to fall back
Yeah.
completely from pizza for a minute
Wilding
because
right now, right?
this shit is not nice. Like the whole hour I'm running and I'm just like, tomato, okay, mad grease, all right, this feels
Yeah,
terrible. Like, and it probably don't smell great either. Like,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah,
You learning the hard way.
I am. And so I really need to work on just the type of fuel I'm putting in my body. I mean, I don't really eat a ton of fast food, but as far as like the ordering out, a lot of times I'm not home. So it's like, all right, let me grab some random shit or hit this Uber Eats. Like if a pod, it's like, oh, we're gonna pod. All right, at the end of a pod, the Uber Eats will get here and we'll snack. And I'm like, I may have to start focus more on eating home again, or at least eating better quality foods.
Yep.
Because I need the fuel. A couple of the runs have been more challenging because I'm tired before I even run, not because the run itself is the challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I enjoy it. I think the runs are cool. At this point, like the 1 hour run on the treadmill is easy. This week I went to the gym with a friend and they were on the treadmill, walking on incline, and I was besides them jogging, and I was talking to them pretty much the whole hour. I told this to you already, but I even actually forgot to take my asthma pump. I have something called allergy induced asthma. And so my allergies make it where I pretty much have asthma symptoms. So I've been instructed by doctors for years to take my asthma pump before I do certain activities, which really is just running, because on the elliptical, I'm fine. So when I run, I take the pump, but I forgot. And I was on the treadmill nervous, like, oh shit, I didn't take my pump. What's gonna happen here? Thought I was gonna have to hit that stop button, the emergency joint.
Yeah.
But actually I was chilling the whole hour. So I was talking with my friend and jogging, and they were like, are you good? I was like, I'm chilling. Like, I could probably do another couple minutes. Like, when we finished, they were like, I can't believe you just ran an hour without even taking your pump. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Shit is pretty fly for a white guy. You know what I'm saying?
For a white guy.
All the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white
guy. Yeah.
So so it's been cool. My longest run so far, without stopping, has been 8 miles. So today was my biggest challenge. Today was either a 2-hour walk run combo or a half marathon, which is 13 miles. And so I'm over ambitious. And this morning I came home from work and was like, all right, 13 miles, baby. We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. 13 miles, bitches.
Wild. Completely wild.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this shit. And so I was like, all right. And I played myself several ways. So let's start. I said already, I have not been drinking water while running. And I said, wow, maybe this time I should take some water. But I decided not to, which was an idiotic decision. I fucked up.
Yep.
So I did not take water. I drink a lot of water at work. So my mentality was, well, I already drank 2 liters of water today. I'll drink some water now. And then I'll drink some water when I come back. I probably won't even need the 2 hours to do the 13 miles because I just ran 8 miles the other day and it only took me like an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to just run. So I drank some water and I left. And I also ran somewhere. So let's go to fucked up decision number 2 now. Instead of going and running like in the park with the like 2-mile loop or some fly shit, or going to the treadmill, or going to the treadmill. What did I decide to do? I decide I want to make some cool content. I'm going to run somewhere I've never run before. I'm just going to choose a block and run it for 6.5 miles and then run the 6.5 miles back. Yeah, this is a good plan. No, I didn't do any research. I just fucking ran And I have to run on this place that had mad fucking hills. Oh my God, son.
You
I
did the
was
Forrest Gump
dying.
run.
Son,
just
I was
just get up and
dying.
run.
Mad hills. Like, my body was like, son, what are you doing to me? Like,
Right.
why are we going up and down all these hills? And they weren't, let me disclaimer, they weren't fucking huge mountains. But I've been running on a lot of steady surfaces. Like, when I run in the park, it's not like I'm running the park itself. I'm running like this loop that they have set for
Sure.
runners and walkers in the park. And besides that, I've pretty much ran on the treadmill. Most of my running has been on the treadmill for safety reasons. A lot of the outdoor running really fucks up your body. So I try to only run outside like once a week. So, yo, son, I thought I was like approaching halfway. And I looked at my watch. Whew, this is crazy. 3 miles? That's it? Son, I was like, all right, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to slow way down, which is fine. You know, I mean, I'm cool. I'm not trying to be like the fastest man alive. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I slowed down, I'm doing my thing. And so I was on a major block, but again, I didn't do any research, right? So this is where shit bit me in the ass. What do I see? I see at the end of the next block, I literally can't run anymore. I have to stop. The block is over. There's no more anything.
Yeah.
I'm at like a mall now, and it's like, well, you're either gonna run through the mall or turn your ass around. So I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, what am I gonna do? Man, all right, cool. And I go up this like small little ramp to start approaching that last block, and I trip uphill and bust my ass. And like the Link, what is it? I think it's Limp Bizkit who had a song that said, rolling, 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 rolling. Come on, rolling, 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 rolling. Son, I am literally rolling on the fucking sidewalk. And man, I was banged up. And so here's my hand, and my knee is also scraped up. So now I'm bleeding, and I'm like, okay, I'm 5 miles from home, and I'm bleeding and hurt. All right, nigga, keep running. You know what I'm saying? So I did like, I did like the kids do. I just got up, I rolled, got up, looked at my hand, made sure my GoPro wasn't broken, and was like, all right, back to running. And so I ran the parking lot, and I ran past all the stores that would be great to stop in and get a Band-Aid and a water and all type of fly shit. But I didn't do it because I felt like if I go into Starbucks or Rite Aid or ShopRite or any of these fly ass stores, I'm not gonna run a motherfucking step more. I'm just gonna be like, okay, this is some great Starbucks. I'll find another way to get home. So I didn't do any of that shit. I just kept running, blood running down my fucking arm, and was like, I'm gonna go till I can't go anymore. And so around mile 6.5, I said, all right, let me do a little walking. Cause remember, I had to go back up and down them hills because I had to
Sure,
turn
of
around.
course.
So after
Yeah.
running the parking lot, and that was funny too, because people in the parking lot looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I'm just like, oh, just doing what I got to do, contemplating life. So around mile 6.5, I walked for a bit. And then I tried to jog some more. And my body was like, hey, listen, man, I don't know how much longer I could do this shit. I just don't. I don't know how much longer I could do this running shit.
Yeah.
So I walked about 30 more minutes and was like, all right, I'm going to run now. And I ran maybe 5 blocks, and my body was like, all right, you should stop before I just collapse.
You know what I mean?
It's like, all right, body, I'm sorry. I guess I'll just take this L and walk. So I did it. I'll post the stats on the screen. It ended up being exactly the assignment. 2 mile walk run combo. It was like just under 10 miles, and I burned 1,600 calories.
Yeah.
Shit was very real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I learned today, take some water and maybe sleep before you go on a long ass
Oh,
run,
come on,
because
man.
I had been up for mad long. Like I've been
Yeah.
up.
Just
Yeah.
came off
So
work, man. You wildin', son. Yeah. So,
yeah, I played
whoa,
myself because I'd been up. Man, I'd been up a lot. So
a lot to learn from your story right now. Number
yeah,
one, okay, you're training for a marathon, right? You're like, yo, Dre, I want to do a marathon. Okay.
right.
So if you're training for a marathon right now, you're just trying to get the endurance up. So let me back up. So the first thing is, you never do a long run like that, or even any long cardio session, if you just had like work.
Yeah.
Going to the gym after work and doing cardio is like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then in a controlled environment, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So it's like, all right,
No, but you're right.
the first thing is you just got off of work. Okay, fine. Those are for short things, 20, 30 minutes. You just not get up because your body just had 8 hours. It's very important when you're doing cardio. I need to say this. You have to put fuel in your system. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing it in the morning, have breakfast first. Wait about an hour to digest your food.
Hour or two. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about an hour or two. That's what I say. Wait about an hour or so. And now your body has the fuel it needs to do the thing it's doing. 2, I don't know what possessed you not to have water. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what kind of thing,
Son.
you know what I mean? Like, you
I
need
have no
water.
idea.
Like, you have to stay hydrated when you do, especially if it's hot outside or whatever. But no matter what, your body temperature is going up. Your body is depleting all its water through sweat, and you're not giving it anything. And so now those electrolytes are going completely down.
Son, that's how I felt. It's funny you say that. I felt like a Gatorade commercial when I was done. The end of it, I was like, oh my God, I need something now. Like, I felt like a Gatorade commercial, straight up.
Yeah. Some Gatorade. They even have these like little electrolyte pouches. Like a little can. You could have some of those too. Man, and then research, man. Like, first of all, no.
I know, I played myself.
Right now, you don't want to be, like you said, you don't want to be doing anything unfamiliar because you're not at that stage. You do want to get to that stage, but right now that's not where you at. And so when I heard it, it's like classic JD. It sounds like,
you know my style.
You know what I mean?
Right,
this sounds like 15 years ago. This cat is just like, well, I'm just going to do it. So I'm just going to put it on 90. Wait, no, you're going to work towards it. No, I'm just going to put it on there.
I just put it
like,
on 90.
You wilding right now, kid. You got to work up to that. That's some classic JD shit right there where you're just like, nope, I'm going to skip all these steps. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to just go. You know what I'm saying? My over-ambitious ass.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I want to go right to the 30-second chamber. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
You can't just go right up to the last. Yeah, I just would skip all these other chambers. That's a waste of time.
Right, because ain't the flyest chamber 36? I'm not ready for 36, but what about like 32?
You know what I mean? Like, you wildin', right?
Start
exactly.
On
supposed to work your way through, learn each thing so you're ready for that chamber. So it's like right now, a good thing for you would be a good track, like you're talking about, a walkway or track or something. It's like, because you just want to get your endurance. Can I go for 2 hours? Can I, Once you master that, then you can start saying, okay, let me go on streets. But then you might want to take a few minutes and use your Google map, and plot out because it's like, even with me, when I go on my bike ride, which is something I forgot. I'm glad you mentioned it. Like, I take out my Google Maps, man. I'm like, okay, where I want to go. This seems like a safe spot. Okay, that seems wild. Okay, mad traffic over there. I don't want that. You know,
Right.
oh, there's a bike route there. That's a new one. Okay, I'm gonna take
Right.
that. You know,
Right.
I want to get on as many bike routes as possible because I know that's going to be the safest. It's going to be less like crazy shit. I don't have to, you know, go through some construction zone or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you got to take a few minutes out. People who are listening, like, use your Google Maps or whatever you want to look.
Yes.
And I actually like to use
like
two.
Me.
I like to use my Apple and my Google and see what they're both saying, and then try to get the best of the best of the best of both worlds, right? And say, all right, this is what I'm going to take this route. This seems like the safest and best route for what I'm trying to do. And so that's what you need to look at, right? Like maybe less hills, not so much crazy shit, you know. And then, you might want to bring on a little fanny pack or whatever with some like Band-Aids and little shit that you need, and you know, little waters and stuff like that, because things do happen and you don't want to get even more infected by like, fuck that shit, I'm gonna keep going, son.
I mean, I gotta get my Rambo on, you know what I'm saying? Rambo, fuck it.
Sew myself up. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
I don't need no doctors. No antiseptic.
Come on, Alfred.
You know what I mean? Just take some alcohol, spray that on there. Yeah.
That's
Sew
it.
myself up like I'm in the jungles of Vietnam.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm so glad you had that story, man, because there's a lot to learn from that. Word.
Yeah, it was definitely a life lesson today. You know what I'm saying?
Right. When we get this bag, we might break this up step 1, 2s, and 3s on like, yo,
this
is what you need to do.
Later.
You know what I mean? But that is like, because I feel like a lot of people do that. When you want to do something, you get so excited about doing it.
You just do it.
And that's where you have folly. You know, that's where things can happen, man. So it's like things can happen anyway.
Bust that ass.
Yeah, things can happen anyway. You know, with all the planning, things that happen. But if you do some planning and you're prepared for the worst that can happen, when things do happen, you're more prepared for it. You have
because I didn't have anything on me. I didn't have any cash. I didn't have a debit card. All I had was like the Google Pay shit. So when I was done, I hit like Dunkin' Donuts and was like, all right, I need something. Let me just get something. And Dunkin' Donuts was a terrible choice, honestly.
Right.
But that's what was right there. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just. And what's crazy is too, like, I was running on a major strip and I was like, I could take the bus home right now at any point. But my pride wouldn't let me. I'm like, I'm not taking the bus.
Yeah. I'll be on that too.
I just kept looking at my watch and was like, nah, I'm not taking the bus. Especially once I finally was like, all right, I have to walk. I was like, I'm going to walk home. And at one point I was like, all right, maybe I need to worry about this hand. Let me just walk to the next bus stop. But when I walk to the next bus stop, I'm like, wait a minute, I know where I'm at. I'm like a mile from my crib. Man, I'm walking this last mile. What I look like taking the bus 1 mile? Come on, son.
Yeah.
So I just walked.
Man, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, man, you learn from that. And then with the whole pizza thing, man, it's like cheat days and all that are great, but
but not if you're gonna do a long run.
On your cheat day is relax day. Your cheat day, you don't work out on your cheat day. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like your cheat day, if you're like, yo, man, like at the end of the week, a lot of people do it. You know, we talked to about, hey, The Rock and his crazy, you know, whatever stuff he's in, you know. So it's like, if you're saying to yourself, well, I enjoy pizza, I want to have pizza at least once a week. All right, no problem. But then that's your rest day. You know, it can't be my cheat day and my workout day. Like you got to make it, you know, if you're going to work out,
not a good idea.
You got to eat quote unquote clean. You got to have like good, you know, sources, good foods inside you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But once you say to yourself, oh yeah, man, I'm going to McDonald's, man. That's what I want. I feel like having that. No, okay, cool. Right. And then you off for the day. Like you just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to wild out on it, but that's your off day. Don't eat garbage and then I'm gonna do 13 miles. Like what are you nuts?
You know what I'm saying? on some Dominoes. You know what I'm eat this Dominoes, and then in 4 hours I'm gonna go run a marathon.
I'm gonna go get this deep dish, and then I'm gonna burn it all off because I see
I'ma burn
people
it all
do
off.
that, and I've heard that
Yeah.
before. People have said that to me, like, yeah, eat this horrible thing and don't even worry about it because you're just gonna, you're gonna burn off in a couple of hours.
Yeah, nah,
No,
but that's not good fuel.
yeah, it's bad fuel.
It's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
good fuel.
When you own a car, no matter how great your car is, you keep putting cheap gas in there. And before you know it, you start hearing knocks and pings in the engine and all this. It's like, well, why is that? You keep putting shitty fuel in your car. You know,
So
you
my
went
check
out.
engine light was definitely
Yeah.
on.
You went what this $50,000 BMW shit is dope, but you keep putting cheap shit in it. Like,
Right.
no. If you're gonna have the fly body, the fly car, whatever, you gotta put good fuel in there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now, if you in the pinch, you in some
Right.
weird ass neighborhood,
Yeah,
and
no,
you
that's different.
out
Though.
of gas, and you need to put some cheap gas in there. If you put cheap gas in your car once a month, you're not gonna have problems because every other time you're putting good gas in it. Same thing like with your body. If you put garbage in it every now and then, well, if most of the times you got your veggies on point, you got your, for me, like I might have some baked chicken or something, good, clean food. Well, yeah, that one time with the garbage is not going to make that much of a difference, But yeah, my cheat days when I'm like, man, yeah, I really feel like, that's it. I mean, to be honest, like today when I rode my bike, I was like, yo, I'm gonna stop by McDonald's. But I knew once I stopped by McDonald's, that's it for me for the day. I'm not gonna, okay, yeah, once we finish pot, I'm hitting the gym. No, the fuck, I'm not. I'm gonna watch. I don't know, it's Thursday. I probably watch some football or something. That's about it. I'm on chill mode for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people got to remember that, and I'm actually glad you know, like I said, classic J, man. It just reminded me. It's my dude. Yeah, he's still 20. He's still 21. I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm a youngin' at heart.
Right,
you know
right. Yeah, he's still that 17-year-old kid.
You know
I don't know what to
right.
say.
That's my style, son.
You know what I mean? Right. That's what I always liked about you. I'm like, this
style.
kid. You know what I mean?
I'm just like, what niggas is doing?
Oh,
that's what we doing? So that's what we doing.
It's like, yo, what we gonna do, Anakin? We're gonna park right there. Where down there? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Hold on.
You just gonna jump down there, Eddie?
Right.
No, just gonna jump out of the speeder because you see this guy. You nuts? What's wrong with this dude?
I almost had him that time, man.
I like this dude. Though you don't even
nigga,
think.
like you have to be more mindful, Anakin. Yes, master.
Yeah.
And
you
you
right.
Keep using your lightsaber, Anakin.
Again.
Yes, master.
Man, you're right. No,
I'm sorry, master.
He was like, yo, Obi-Wan's gonna kill me when he finds out about this. Yeah, you bugging. Like, what's going on? So yeah, man. Like I love it. I love the honesty and I love how you're learning in real time. Like this is happening, and in your brain, you're just like, yeah, I should have not done this. But that's how we learn sometimes, man. Sometimes we gotta learn the hard way. I know I've done it plenty of times.
LOX, living off experience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly, that's gonna be the title for this episode.
Yeah. LOX, living off experience.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, so I didn't even realize this how long we was recording. I guess we'll wrap it up here. We'll save our other serious topic for next week.
Yeah, this was pretty good.
It's also
man.
not going to take 5 minutes. Yeah, this was fun. So let's save that one for next episode.
Yeah.
And those of you listening, watching, what are you currently doing? I know everyone's trying to hit their end of the year goals and all that stuff. If you see this, comment. Let us know, what are you doing? And what are some of your struggles? What are some of the things that you're struggling with? What have you learned about yourself, about your body? Let us know. And we want to hear from y'all.
Yeah, tell us what fitness mistakes you've made that you've learned from. I know. With me, I learned a long time ago. I had to learn the hard way that you do your strength training first, then your cardio.
Oh man, that's a whole topic right there.
Yeah, because once I did my cardio first one time, then I tried to do I was just like, I don't understand. I usually can lift way more than this. Why can't I? And then I was like, oh, I switched things and
I just
You
did
know?
65 minutes of
Right,
elliptical. That's
and
why.
my heart is like, no, son, I'm
That's
not
it.
I'm
Right.
not lifting that 210 pounds today.
Nah,
Sorry.
chop that shit way down if you want to
Way
keep
down.
going.
You maybe 150, maybe. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
And I was like, this doesn't make sense. And that's how I learned too. So yeah, if you want to share, whatever fitness follies you might have had and you had to learn from,
Right.
I think they're fun when you don't get hurt with them. But sometimes
Right.
that's how we gotta learn. We gotta learn the hard way.
This is true.
No
Definitely
doubt,
true.
yeah.
And that's part of the process. That's part of the journey.
No doubt.
Part of the journey. You look back, be like, son, remember that one time, son?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Especially when you're younger,
Right.
No doubt.
All right. All right, ancient one.
All right, guys. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.